Hello Scorpio, thank you very much for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read I'm using the They Lima Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the support of Oracle cards, the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish, illustrated by Jesse Reisch. R-E-I-S-C-H is how you spell Reisch. Alright, already shuffled, relationship first, single second. I feel like my energy wants to get pulled in a different direction already. It's kind of weird. But let's see what's going to go. That's 6? Yep. No. Let's see. Alright. Now, I feel like where this is starting off is here. Your partner has the Moon card. I just feel like, this is Scorpio, right? I feel like your partner is acting a little peculiar. And when I say peculiar, I just feel like they're just kind of like, they seem a little distracted. Like, what are they doing? It seems like they're acting a little off. Like they're a little different than usual. I don't know. I feel like I see somebody just kind of being a little goofy. And I feel you just kind of watching this person wondering what is up with this. I just feel like the moon energy there is almost like I don't know, almost like they're a little frisky a little bit. A little out of the norm, a little frisky, just a little bit different than usual. And I feel like you're wondering, like, what is up with this? This is just something, I feel like this is not normal for your partner to be this way. Whatever they're doing, they're being a little different than usual. I don't feel like it's bad, I just feel like it's awkward, and you're just like, what is going on here? Now, I feel like they're trying to kind of impress you, almost like they're trying to get your attention. And I'm seeing the Star card with the Justice, and it feels like it's connecting in with that Moon card. They just seem to be wanting to get your attention a little bit, and they're feeling like this is what you want. They're trying to be more of what you want, or what they think you want. And I see them actually coming towards you with like this Knight of Swords energy. This all seems to be coming in at once. They're communicating towards you, they're being a little different. They're being what they think you want them to be. They think this is going to please you. I'm getting that Star card means that that's what they feel like, this is going to please you. The Justice card with it too, they feel like this is just something they're trying to be what you want them to be for a moment or something like that. They're just trying to do something a little bit different, just trying to spice things up a little bit. Throw in a little spontaneity. But I'm seeing the way you're reacting to this, I see the Page of Swords, just kind of like you're watching it, and you're just kind of like, watching it, just kind of, I don't feel you really participating, more just kind of like reacting where necessary, just kind of watching, like, what are you doing? Like, okay. And it's not like, nothing is bad, it's just not something you expect from your partner, not at all. And some of them might even be like trying to take you somewhere and get you to go do something, and you're just kind of like, oh, that's a little out of the ordinary. Are you sure you want to do that? Like, I feel like you're just kind of like looking at him, her, they, whatever your partner may be, and you're just kind of like, what? Like, really? Like, they might even be proposing something to you that you might like, but you're like, they're not gonna like, and you're just kind of like, what? But I feel like you got the health card here. I feel like it is amusing you. It is amusing. It's just you just don't know what to make of it, but it is amusing you. And I feel like this is a good thing. It actually feels, when the health card pops up below it, I feel like you're enjoying the moment. Now, whatever the situation is, I feel like this is like, where this is coming from, I should say, you seem to be in a spot with your partner where you have the Four of Cups, where the majority of what you feel for them is pretty good, but there's something that's a little lacking here, something you're not really over the moon about, thus the moon card showing up on their side. I just feel like you're not completely satisfied with the situation, but you're still committed to it. You're still, you're still there. You're still connected. There's just something that's not hitting that well, and I feel like they seem to have gotten whiff of it. They've gotten wind of it. Maybe that's what I want to say. Because it seems like this is what's causing this. This is behind what's happening. This is what's kind of leading up to this, or what led up to this. You seem to be unhappy with something, and they seem to know what that is. Something about them you're unhappy with. It's not like, I don't really feel like it's anything like I don't really feel like you've criticized them over it. It's just there's something you could do with a little bit more spontaneity or something. But like the Four of Cups is kind of one of those weird cards. It's kind of like, yeah, you might voice your opinion that, this could go a little better in this department, but everything else is good. I don't even feel like, even though like the stereotypical way to read the Four of Cups is like dwelling on the one thing that's not right, I don't even feel like that's what's happening here. Even though that's a stereotypical way to read this card, I feel like for the majority you're happy. It's just like there's a little something there. I actually feel like you've expressed like that one piece that that could go a little better. To you, it wasn't a big deal. I feel like that moment might have passed fairly quickly. But your partner, one way or another, even if it came directly out of your mouth, they definitely heard it. They got the message. That's their challenge card, the Ten of Swords, and they're trying to replace it. They're trying to make up for that one thing that they lack because they love you. There's one thing here. I feel like you somehow made a comment somewhere, or you let it be known about something you're unhappy with. They got wind of it. This is where this is coming from. This happened before this. They got wind of it. And it hurt their feelings, and they want to make it better because they love you, and they don't want that to be the case. They want to make that last cup turn upright too. They want that fourth cup to be filled with something too. So that's why I feel like they were really upset when they heard that one cup you're not happy with. And I'm getting, that's why prosperity, like they're trying to turn this around. That's why this moon card is happening. But the moon is, it's not, the full moon doesn't stay more than 3 days, 3 days. I'm going to say 3 days. That's when it's full. I might be a little liberal on that. I should know that. Usually I would, but whatever. What they're doing is temporary, which is another reason why I feel like you're kind of looking at them like, that's interesting, but, that's not really you. Okay. That's why that's happening, though, because they seem to know that there's something you want, there's something you would like better, and they love you, and they want you to have it. They're trying to be that. I think at some point you realize that. Which is why the health card shows up here. Because I feel like you're realizing that you're very much heard by your partner. They hear you. When you say something, they take it to heart. And I feel like that means a lot to you. The fact that your partner listens and hears you, you like that. You didn't want to hurt their feelings. That was not a good thing. But I really do love that. I feel like if they tried to commit to something or try to change something around, I feel like you're not expecting them, whatever it was, if they're proposing like skydiving just to be crazy, like we should go skydiving, and you're thinking to yourself, maybe you'd be into it, but they're like, they wouldn't, there's no way they're going to like that. Something like that, just for an analogy. I feel like whatever happens in this moon card moment, I also see you letting them go. Like, I feel like you're just kind of glazing it over and just, like, with the Six of Swords, you're moving on from this moment, this moon moment. You're seeing it like a moon moment. It was just a moment. If they proposed something that sounded a little bit outlandish, that you thought, even though you might have thought it was fun, you're not holding them to that. I feel like you're just seeing them for who they really are. The organization is like, you're seeing how the situation is really built. That's what the organization is showing me here. You know who they are. You know how they really are. And you're letting it go because you're like, that's not what they really want. And you're realizing they just wanted to do something to make you happy. I feel like organizations that going back to the same old pattern of what things usually are, you're not holding them to what this other idea was. You're not expecting them to keep going this moon card attitude. You're just letting it go. You're letting it pass. You're enjoying it for the moment that it is. It was kind of like watching a fun show, but it was what it was. It moved on. I'm getting from this moment, you're very optimistic about the future. You like that they hear you. You like that they're willing to work with you. You like that they're showing this love and they're willing to push themselves out of their own comfort zone for that love, for the love they have for you. And I'm getting that confidence on your side is like you're feeling really good about this relationship. Where this goes next is I feel like as things keep going, your partner, like I feel like you're making it up to your partner because you're realizing they got wind of something you didn't like. And I'm seeing that Queen of Cups on your side. Don't get caught up in the gender, whatever gender you may be for the Scorpio. But you have this Queen of Cups, and you're making things right with your partner. You're realizing that hurt their feelings, and you're like, that was not, you don't like that. You don't like that, and you don't want that to be the case. So you're kind of like healing that wound. That's you with the Queen of Cups. You're coming towards them with love. You're healing that wound. You're making sure they feel loved, that they know how much you love them. They get the Knight of Cups. They're feeling really safe and secure and very accomplished in this relationship. Like everything is good. I feel like that's healing things. This is making things better because they're feeling the investment is being secured. They're feeling that investment in this love is very stable. They're feeling very happy. And I'm getting like you, what makes things good for you is the Page of Wands. Is like, I feel like it's almost like you're aware of like how your words are hitting your partner. And it's like you definitely like being heard. You want to be heard. That's very important to you. But when I'm seeing this Page of Wands, it's kind of like you're making sure, it seems like you're making sure that your partner doesn't end up hearing something you don't want them to hear again. And you're very careful going forward. And I get that, but why are we using the Page of Wands for that? Because I feel like you're pulling your partner closer to you. And I feel like you're doing more things with them. This Page of Wands energy, I feel like you're letting them take the lead more. I feel like going forward, you're encouraging them to take the lead more. And I feel like, you're promoting that atmosphere, you're promoting that feeling, and that seems to be helping too because that makes them feel more invested. Like, I feel like you might be even kind of like nudging them a little bit. When I'm seeing this Page of Wands here, I feel as you go forward, which would really improve this situation and keep it going in a better direction for you and them, is promoting them or encouraging them to think of things to do. But I also feel like you're going to kind of like season that in the way of like things that they're comfortable or really want to do, or things that they like. For example, we're going to use the skydiving thing, and you know that they can't do that, and you're not sure if you even really want to do that. But I feel like you're like encouraging them to like keep getting things going, keep doing things, taking that initiative, but like to keep it more on the same level. Like let's go to a go-kart park and maybe drive go-karts. Something we can handle. Let's do something like that. Something that's not going to scare the wits out of you. Let's do something like that. And I feel like you're encouraging them, and it's like autopilot almost feeling here. Kind of like you're encouraging them repeatedly, like, oh, what are you thinking about doing this weekend? What are you thinking you might want to do then? What do you get out there? Have you looked into things you could be wanting to do? I just feel like you're egging them on to keep finding things that they want to do that you could do together, because I feel like that very much promotes this camaraderie, this friendship within the love, if that makes sense, like the friendship within the love. And I feel like that's what you're promoting, and it seems to make things a lot better here. It seems to move them forward. It gets them to really feel even more sound in this investment. It just kind of dropped there. Is that it? Done. We're done. Alright, so I feel like this goes well. I think that last part just I droned on too long for it because I just feel like the energy just kind of was done. All right, so we went through all the cards. All right, I think whatever we needed there, I think it came through. Let's do Scorpio singles. What do we have for Scorpio singles? Messages for Scorpio singles. What do we have for single Scorpios? Messages for single Scorpios. Empowering messages that show the truth of what's happening. Empowering messages that help them decide what they want from the situation based on what's really happening. That really didn't shuffle that much. Okay. Although I did shuffle it a lot for the first part, and we still have Scorpio energy, so I guess that makes sense. This is upside down. I feel like that's okay though. All right, let's get right into it because what I'm feeling here. You've been thinking about somebody. You? Yeah, you've been thinking about somebody. Somebody who. I'm getting like a ship passing in the night. It's almost like you saw an opportunity come by, but it never came into harbor, if that makes sense. Somebody was around you. It just never went anywhere. It never had a chance to go anywhere. Somebody who caught your attention that you wanted to try something with, but it just didn't seem to happen. For whatever reason, it just didn't seem to happen. It's like I'm seeing like somebody was like within your... They were within your view, but they never came close enough to make anything of it. Because I'm seeing the Six of Cups, but I'm seeing like an opportunity that never really kicked in. Never really had a chance, really. Not at the time. Now, I'm getting here, that person noticed you too at the time, but for whatever reason that didn't happen. And I'm getting you with the King of Wands here energy. Don't get caught up in the gender. But I feel like this person's on your mind again. And I feel like you're seeing an opportunity or you're seeing a way to talk to this person. And I feel like even though at that time when you noticed this person and the ship never came into harbor, I feel like you've been thinking about this person intermittently since then. And you've, for some reason at this point, you've decided, you know what? Let me just see if I can contact this person. Let me see if there's a way for me to get in contact with them. I'm getting you're very motivated to go towards this person. For some of you, an opportunity has come towards you where you're seeing a way to contact this person. And you've decided to make that move. Now, the Two of Wands is at the top here. So I feel like it's kind of like you're moving towards it. You're going to make that action. You are going to make that action forward. But what's actually possible and what's not? And I feel like that's the Two of Wands here, actually. What's really possible, what's a grounded opportunity, and what's actually not really pliable to the situation. Because you're going towards this person, and I'm seeing the Four of Cups with the Page of Pentacles. I'm getting you're contacting this person. And I'm getting like, they seem to be responding to you. They like you too. Right now isn't going to work for them. But they're saying they would like to do something with you in the future. And I feel like the Four of Cups, especially with Four of Cups with the page here, it's like you have to wait and you're not happy about it. But you're leaving the offer open. I feel like you're kind of looking at this like, all right, I realize this isn't going to happen right now. I'm just going to leave the offer open. If something comes around, great. We'll see how things happen. If something happens, great. We'll have to see when it comes around. But I feel like you're not really happy with that. But this is also why the Two of Wands is at the top. What really can happen here versus what, you know, you're stuck in a spot where you can't move forward. You do have the Hanged Man at the bottom. Like, you're kind of like, is this really, like, am I just kind of kidding myself? Or is there a possibility here? And the Hanged Man is telling me that currently you can't do anything. You're just kind of stuck. But the thing is, you have an effect on this other person. I'm getting this card, the Three of Pentacles. They're working towards you. They want this to happen, actually. Now that you've gone towards them and they see this initiative towards them, they actually do want this to happen. They honestly couldn't do it in this center moment, the current moment, whatever you want to call it. And you understood that. They were just honest with you. You're realizing there's nothing they can do about it at this point. But now that you've gone towards them and you've showed the interest, they do want to. They want this to happen. They do. What I'm getting with that is they're working towards making it happen, and I do get that it does happen. You do end up hanging out and seeing each other. The Five of Swords is what explains that moment, though. I feel like it finally does happen. I feel like you get to see this person, but the glamour is reversed, which is telling me, like, I feel like the excitement or the whatever it was that first got your eye and kept that person in your thoughts, it just seems to have faded away. For you, it just seems to have faded away. I don't know what to say. It just seems to. But I feel the Strength card with this is kind of like you're nice to this person. You go through the situation. You did want this to happen, and it did happen. And I feel like it's a good moment, but it's just not like the glamour fell through. Like, I almost feel like the glamour reversed is telling me whatever you saw originally and it kept coming up in your mind. I feel like at this point you're just kind of like, I don't know where I was getting this thought from or why I thought this was such a great idea, but I'm not feeling it now. It's almost like the glamour was like a momentary shine and it just kind of fell through and it just kind of went away. You're just not feeling as excited when it finally happens. But you get along with this person well enough. And the Strength card is telling me you're making it through the situation. It's a nice moment. I feel like you're not really into whatever's going on here, but you just kind of go through it, whatever that means for you. Like, even if it's hanging out, whatever it is, you just seem to go through the motions. And I feel like you really think this out. After that moment, it's the fruitless win, though. You're just kind of like, I don't know. Like, you see this person made that effort to make this happen, but you're like, I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm just not. The Queen of Swords is in your thoughts, because you're just like, I gotta be honest, but I don't want to cut this person with my thoughts. I think they were very gracious to make this work out. They heard me, they made this happen. So I'm getting the way that card is affecting it is like you're coming forward with how you feel in a very kind way, because you value that this person went out of their way to make this work, to make this happen. And I'm getting the Empress here with the friendship. This is just going to end up a friendship is what I'm getting. I'm feeling like that's how you're kind of ending this part. You're very kind, and you're very considerate, and you're thanking this person for going out of their way. But I feel like you're just kind of letting them know that you're just not... that you were hoping it was going to be there, and you think they're an awesome person. You still think they're an awesome person, but the romance isn't there for you. The romantic feelings are not there for you. But I feel like you're appreciating them, and you're very cautious and careful how you're putting that forward to this person. And I feel like it's working out. It's fine. It's definitely ending as a friendship, though. I feel it ending as a friendship. Okay. I think we're there. I'm going to wrap that up there. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. It's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.